Welcome back, guys, to another Blu-ray slash movie review, and today we'll be reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming. So yeah, let's get into it. So here we have the front cover. I really like this front cover. We have Spider-Man there. We have Iron Man on the left, and it's funny enough because they never team up in the movie. Like that was like I remember like the advertising for the movie, like they advertised Iron Man and Spider-Man want to team up, and that never happened in the movie. Yeah, the title, of course, Spider-Man Homecoming, which I actually really like the logo for. Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital. We have Avengers Tower in the background. We have 5 stars from the source, and we have Best Spider-Man Ever from this source. We have a side here, which also looks pretty cool. It's actually kind of weird because in the other Marvel movies that I've reviewed, they all have, like the character on the side. This one doesn't, though. I mean, it kind of does, there was a Spider logo, but that doesn't really count. Alright, I really like this one here because there's Sony Pictures. We also have the other side, and then here we have the back. This is also pretty cool how they did it. You actually have to like flip it the other way so you can actually like read it normally. Yeah, this is really cool. You can also see Avengers Tower in the background there. We have fresh model rating, some bonus features. Yeah, this is really creative, and I really like this. This is really cool. And look, this is also pretty. Oh crap! This is also pretty loose as well. It's not that loose. I thought it was more loose, but yeah. All right, let's take a look inside. So Sony actually do this card, and I like that. I think this is not the best card. It looks cool. It looks cool, but it's not the best. So this is the Blu-ray one, and we have the DVD one. Wait, that's not the one. Here we have the DVD one. So yeah, this is DVD, Blu-ray. Let's have some advertisements here. Download the official app. Is this app even still usable? Oh, here we have the other Spider-Man movies. And now we have Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire in the MCU, and No Way Home. Spoiler alert, but I mean, it's been the biggest movie since everyone's seen it. So, yeah. And also, I'm nice. You can have the digital code. You can have the digital code. There you go. So yeah, now let's get on my review on this movie. I love this movie. I love this movie a lot, actually. This is actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. I know that's a hot take. I do know that most people have it either like top 15, top 10. I know a lot of Tobey Maguire fans. I mean, not Tobey Maguire fans. I mean, like comic book Spider-Man fans. Don't really like Tom Holland. I mean, don't like Homecoming. That's what I'm gonna say. And I can kind of agree with some of their points. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I don't love this movie. I love this movie a lot. And I also really like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I was so emotional when they showed up. And to be honest with you, Andrew Garfield's the Spider-Man I grew up with. Like he's basically the Spider-Man I grew up with when I was a kid. But Tom Holland for me is kind of the best of both worlds, and even more after No Way Home. No Way Home, I think he became basically the perfect Spider-Man. Now he's basically like classic Spider-Man now. And to be honest with you, I love that new suit. That new classic suit is probably the best classic suit we have. It's just a little bit too glossy. Other than that, it's perfect. So yeah, like I said, I'm also a big fan of the other two. But for me, Tom Holland's the best. He's the most relatable. Like the high school parts in this is just so relatable to me because I'm in high school right now. It's just so relatable. Like you have these friends and how they act. Because that's one of my problems with some movies, especially the Tom Maguire movies. The high school in those don't feel like high school. I mean, the kids, they're just so old. I mean, not old, but they're like in their 30s, late 20s, and I can't really relate with that. But with this, I can. So that's personally one of the reasons why I love this film so much. It's so relatable. And yeah, and also another thing I like is that Tom Spider-Man and Ned are not really like people get beat up. They're like just losers. I mean, they're not losers, but they're just unpopular. They're not popular, they're just unpopular. They're like people when you're like back in high school or whatever, you just never really cared for. Like that's what they are in this one. And that's kind of really relatable because like I said, same thing with the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I never see people get beat up in my school. I mean, I never had. So that's not really relatable. I don't know, just for this, to me, this is really relatable to me. That's personally one of the reasons why I really love this movie so much. And Vulture is an amazing villain. He's an amazing villain. Like I said, I just like how low stakes this is. This is like very grounded. And of course, some people might not like that, but I mean, this took stuff in a very different route. And I think now in the new trilogy, then it'll be more like classic Spider-Man. I just like, but I also do like, I love this, the home trilogy a lot. Also, I also really like the Iron Man mentor. I mean, he's not really in the movie that much. He's like probably in the movie for like 7 minutes, something like that. Like he doesn't overshadow Spider-Man. Like when I was a kid, when I first watched this in the theaters, I was kind of disappointed. But to be honest with you, I wasn't really that smart back then. Like this is Spider-Man's movie. It's not Iron Man's movie. It's Spider-Man's movie. So I also really like happy. This movie's super funny. I remember in the theaters, everyone was laughing, and there's still jokes in this movie that make me laugh. And also, this movie is probably the Marvel movie I've seen the most. I've seen this movie like about 20 times right now. I love this movie to death. So I never get bored of this movie. And I also like how, you know, Peter and Liz don't, you don't have it isn't a happy ending for them because Liz has to move and all that. And I kind of feel really sad for Peter in that moment. So, yeah, I really like this movie. This movie is very fun, very enjoyable, and I love it a lot. I know like realistically, it's like a 9 out of 10, but for me, it's a 10. I love this movie so much. I know you might not think the action scenes are the most iconic. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I love this movie so much. So, guys, that's it for today. And, oh yeah, before I go, this movie's definitely worth watching. Definitely worth buying on Blu-ray. And I'd give this movie like a 10. Realistically, it gets like a 9, but for me, but for what I want from a superhero movie, it gets a 10. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.